Excuse me, Myra. So I'm gonna do an ice bath. Today is day 11, and what I'm hoping to do with an ice bath is kind of rev up my metabolism, because as my body cools down, it's going to try and heat itself back up. So I'm just looking for a little bit of extra fat burning today, and since I'm already in ketosis, in fat burning mode, all the energy that my body uses to try and reheat itself during the bath and after, I'm going to try and resist the urge to get in a hot shower after, but we'll see how that goes because it's cold outside. But my body is going to use all of that energy from fat stores. Yay! That's what we want. It's also good for your immune system. It's good to just shock your system once in a while. That's why I take cold showers once in a while in the morning. I'll just do like 3 minutes of a cold shower within, hot shower, a little bit of cold, and then hot again. Or sometimes I'll just get out cold depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, it's a good thing to do. It's hard. It's gonna be really uncomfortable. I have 40 pounds of ice, so I have 2 of these 20-pound bags, and I'll dump that in just a second. Okay, I'm allowed to move. It's really cold, Myra. It's really cold. And now my bath's gonna have cat hair in it. Number 2. Okay, here I go. Wish me luck. The bottom's actually still kind of warm. I had it on all the way cold, water running, but even that isn't cold enough. So that's why I go and spend $6 on ice. Okay, now we're gonna set a timer. I would like to go minimum 20 minutes. I've gone as much as 40, but I have other things to do today, including getting this edited and posted. Okay, timer. There we go, the ice is starting to kick in. Let's go 20 minutes. If you can see that. You'll also be able to see when I post the video how long the video is, and that I'm not cheating and I'm not cutting and extending or anything. I'm going to be in here for 20 minutes. Okay, starting. Alright, here we go. The worst is getting like your chest and your hands in. You're gonna watch me suffer, Myra. She's my buddy. Should we do it? Let's do it. So I'm just gonna ramble while I sit here about fasting and ice and all the stuff I've learned, and probably about my life. And if I start to get incoherent, you can just speed through. You don't have to watch all of this, but I'm just gonna ramble. Okay. Oh, baby. So, my husband actually found that it's after the ice melts, the temperature continues to go down. And I don't know why. I don't understand thermodynamics very well, but I guess it kind of makes sense. So I guess a lot of the cold is still in the ice, and as it's able to disperse into the water, it makes the water colder. And then my body is going to start fighting to get it warm again so it can return to homeostasis, that safe, happy place where bodies like to live. But we're giving it a little bit of a shock right now, which is just good for all kinds of things. So something that was kind of on my mind the other day, but that I couldn't fit into my shorter video, was eating disorders. So I don't know a lot about anorexia, just a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of parrot some things I've heard other people say who do advocate fasting. So anorexics are still obsessed with food, they're still addicted to it, and they're seeking to have control over it and maybe some other aspect of their life. Like I'm saying, I've never been anorexic. I don't know anyone personally who is, so I don't want to misrepresent this awful disease. I don't want to put these people down. They're definitely going through something hard. But what fasting does that's different is it takes all the food away, and it helps you, at least me, it's helped me not even think about it. After that first 3 days, you're blocking the camera, sweetie. It's a good thing you're cute. Okay, sorry if all you get is a camera full of cat bum. Yeah, I'm not obsessed with food. I think about it, and sometimes I'll smell it really, really strongly. Like, you're right in the way, honey. Let's just pull you in with me. Oh, that'd be mean. Okay, we're gonna cheat just a little bit. Stick my head up. Where was I? Yeah. So I'm trying to develop a healthier relationship with food, kind of get over my own addictions and everything, while still trying to have that control that we all want in our lives, at least that I want, over my weight and my body and how everything is. Yes, Myra, I'm talking to nobody. I'm not talking to you. Sorry, I'm talking to the camera. And then physically, a big difference is, I guess if you're anorexic, you are severely restricting calories, but you're still eating throughout the day. So maybe, for example, and this is just an example, I don't really know, you decide, okay, well, I need control. I'm only going to eat 400 calories a day. So I'm going to, can you move that way? Move that way. Move that way. That way. That way. Okay. So I'll have 400 calories in the morning, 400 calories in the afternoon, at noon, 400 calories in the afternoon, 100. So you're breaking up your 100 calories. So yay, you did it. You are in caloric deficit, which is, what we want to burn the fuel that we have on our bodies. We need to be in a deficit as far as the fuel that we're putting in our bodies. But what you're doing every time you eat, especially if it's something with a higher carb count, is you're spiking your insulin. And insulin directly blocks fat burning. I can post some videos on that explain it a little bit better. So this anorexic person is having a hard time getting into fat burning mode because their insulin is still being spiked 4 times a day, even if it's just a little bit, like a jelly bean or something. Where is it going with that? I might just sit here for a little bit while I think. Hope it's not too boring. Oh, I remember. Okay, so you have your 3 macronutrients. The body first wants to burn carbs, then for a little bit of time, it's very, very brief, it will burn some protein, but this little window is really important. And then after that, after your glycogen is moved up and the body has realized no food's coming in and it would be stupid to burn protein because you need muscle to go out and find food. If you're a cave person, you need to go hunt for it. It's dumb to burn muscle. So for a very little bit of time it will, but then it's going to stop that and it'll jump into fat burning mode. So that's what you want. So what someone who is eating frequently but eating small meals is, oh, I put the other cat outside and she's meowing now. She's going to have to wait till we're done because I'm not going to get out. So you eat a little bit and you get your glycogen spike, and then you are in caloric deficit, so your body has to pull it from somewhere, and it's going to go for the protein first. But then you eat again, so you burn a little bit of protein, but then you eat again, you give it some glucose, whatever it is you ate. And then, you're in caloric deficit still, because you only eat 100 calories instead of, a good amount of calories. So then you burn protein again. And this is kind of what you're doing. You're doing your glucose and then your protein, glucose and your protein. And if you stay in caloric deficit like this, you're never replenishing your protein. And that's why anorexics lose muscle. And it's the word catabolic, where you're losing your muscle. So that's why they look thin, they look emaciated, as opposed to someone who's slender but muscular, which is what my goal is, as someone who likes, who's striving for the ballet's physique. I want to look muscular and slim and not have a lot of extra fat on my body, but I don't want to look skinny and not have any muscle. So that's the problem there. And I believe bulimia has something similar. They're eating and then they're purging, but they're just getting enough nutrients to get into that protein burning mode. And neither of these diseases ever actually get you into fat burning mode, and that's the bad thing. And I've heard of people say, I just started fasting. Instead of obsessing over food and eating a little bit, I discovered intermittent and prolonged fasting, and that helped me get rid of my eating disorder. Because I stopped being obsessed with food, but I still felt like I was in control of food and in control of my body. Sorry, it's warmer out here, that's why I'm holding my hand up, even though I don't need to. Okay, we're gonna go back down a little bit. Yeah, so fasting is great both physically and mentally. If you have food issues, and I know I do, and a lot of people I know do, and it can manifest itself by, overeating or undereating. It's just a thing that's in our, first world society. We just have this overabundance of food and an overabundance of stress, and we fight it the wrong way so many times. And I definitely know I do, and that's one reason I want to do this. Another thing about the ice bath and with fasting is I just want more self-development. I feel like I have done hard things in my life, but my life hasn't been hard. And I just kind of want to, I don't know, I just want to prove that I can do hard things. Prove it to myself. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, my cold. I kind of got a cold at the beginning of this week. If you watched my video Tuesday morning, I had almost lost my voice, and I'm feeling a little bit better today since it's Thursday. And I think the fasting has helped. I just have the sniffles. I have to blow my nose a lot, but my throat actually stopped hurting the next day, actually like that evening. So I would like to think, because fasting is also really good for your immune system, I'd like to think that my body is just kind of kicking this virus or whatever it is, whatever I picked up, probably from a student, my sweet little students and their little sniffles, they pass them on to me all the time. I'd like to think my body is just fighting that really hard because I'm fasting so hard right now. And oh good, I'm shivering. Shivering is a good sign. That's when you know the body's starting to really react. So if my voice gets more shaky, sorry. Yeah. Let's see, what else can I jabber about? Oh, how about refeeding? So a little bit of background on other fasting I've done. Last summer, it was mostly last July and last August, I did a lot of fasting. I didn't do long ones like this one. I remember I did 7 days and then a break and then 7 days and the break. I did 3 different 7 days, and each time I had a break of a day or two where I had family obligations. Like one of them was July 24th, and I went over to my in-laws' house and didn't want to be weird or whatever, so I ate while I was at their house and then went right back to fasting after that. And then I did an 11-day fast towards the end of August, and the last 3 days were a dry fast, so I did 72 hours, no food, no water. And I was able to do that because I didn't have work or anything. I could just kind of sit at home, and if I was doing work, it was really low-key work, like playing the piano. I wasn't teaching. And then through the winter, I kind of stopped fasting. It's harder when it's colder for me, and I also got really busy again. I was teaching a lot and trying to dance a lot. I was doing a lot in one of the ballets, or I did a Nutcracker, and I was dancing a lot for that. And it was just harder to be disciplined about fasting and be disciplined about my food. And one of the things I did during those long summer fasts was I actually did obsess about food. I was constantly planning what I was going to eat, because I was reading all this stuff on people who were fasting to then jump into a healthier lifestyle. For example, I read about a girl who committed, after a 21-day fast, she committed to a vegan diet. And the fasting is supposed to help you get rid of sugar cravings and all like food cravings in general. All those foods that I have an emotional association with from my childhood. It's supposed to help you get over those. But I was obsessing over food because I wanted to plan my refeed, right? That's a really important part of fasting that I'd like to get into more, and I'll maybe after this fast is over, do follow-ups as I kind of explore that. But I would plan, it wasn't very smart on my part. I would plan one day, okay, well, I'll go vegan for like a week after I finish my fast, or I'll go strict paleo or strict, low carb. And then I would swing back and go, well, I've been fasting really hard and I've lost all this weight. I'm going to treat myself to like a bagel or, a bunch of cookies or something. So I had all these plans to eat and thoughts about eating, but not a definite plan, and I was obsessing over them while I was fasting. So when I finally went to break my fast and like start my new diet, I didn't have a clear plan and I didn't have a lot of discipline in place, and my brain was in the habit of thinking about food and of thinking about like planning for it and looking for it. And so that's all I did. I just started eating again, and it was okay. I kind of kept it under control through December and November, December, because I would still fast, and I was still trying to eat healthy most of the time. On the other hand, the holidays happened. But in January and February, I got really sick. I was really, really tired all the time. And some people know more about that than others, and that's okay. I haven't shared the details of that illness with a lot of people, so don't worry about it. I'm fine now. But I was so tired that all I could do was sleep and eat and work. I did almost nothing else. I missed a lot of ballet class. I didn't do a lot of my workouts that I usually do at home. My business plans suffered because I would sleep. I would like drive to work and sleep in the car, go in and work, and be eating constantly, and then drive home and jump into bed. I just couldn't function, and I put on lots of weight really, really fast. These shorts I'm wearing were baggy, like they were slipping off my hips, and today I could kind of barely get them on, which means that before this fast started I couldn't get them on at all. I lost about 9 pounds, by the way. 11 days of fasting, I lost about 9 pounds. So it's not like you're going to lose 1,000,000 pounds if you don't eat for 3 days. It's a little bit, it's still faster than maybe doing Weight Watchers or something where they want you to lose 1 pound a week. I'm losing maybe about 1 pound a day. You can't count the first 3 days of a fast because you're only burning glycogen then, unless you're already ketogenic. But it's still faster than a mainstream diet, but still, kind of slow. Where was I? Oh, got sick, so I kind of blew up again. So what I learned from that and the other fasting that I've done is that I'm not very good at refeeding. That's something I really need to work on in myself. Once I get started on a fast, I can do it and it's great. But refeeding properly, having the discipline to only eat what I need and to only eat good things. That said, I have a family party coming up that I've planned and that I'm hosting at my house on the 21st. And I have all these good things planned, like lots of cooked vegetables and meats, and I'm not planning on making a big cake or anything, but it is a Halloween party and we're going to have kids and members of my family. And so I'm sure people are going to bring candy and stuff, and I'm just so torn because I want to enjoy it and I want to be with them, and I still like sugar. Oh, it's so bad. But when I go to break this fast, whether it's on the 14th of this month or if I keep feeling good, I might go a little longer. We'll just see though. I'd like to do a good job. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying not to think about food, and it's actually been a lot easier this time around. I'm not planning about it and obsessing about it and writing down recipes I want to try and stuff that I promise I'm going to break my fast with, or I've been so awesome, I did this long fast, I'm going to eat a tub of ice cream. Trying not to even think about it, not even have it be on my radar. I do have a couple of plans. I just wrote down some ideas at the beginning of the fast. I've been thinking about experimenting with the carnivore diet where you only eat animal meats. I have a really good source for that since my dad raises beef cattle and they don't get any drugs or anything. I've thought about going like vegan for just a little bit. I've tried going vegan before, not for any moral reason or even for health reasons, because I don't think for me that would work long term, but doing it for like a week or at least a couple days. So I haven't really settled on one of those, but once in a while I'll kind of think, which one would cost less money, or which one would take me less time to prepare for, or what would be gentlest on my stomach and on my digestive system as I start eating again. So I'm trying to have a clear plan there and a plan for going forward. But I've already been on 2 family outings or hanging out with family where there has been a meal and I've had to say, nope, I'm fasting. And that might happen again this Sunday when I go visit my in-laws. I'm sorry, I'm fasting, I love you, I don't hate you just because I'm not eating food around you. It has nothing to do with you, it's my goal and I'm still enjoying being around you. So we'll see what happens there, but I definitely need to work on the discipline of eating after a fast. Yeah. Okay, shivers are happening really well now. This is great. Thank you for listening to me and distracting me from just kind of the misery my body's in. I wish if I get my knees in, then my shoulders have to come up. Okay. Whew. Don't worry if I look like I'm turning blue, I'm just fine. My phone turned off, I can't see the time. And the door's open, so it's blocking the clock, so I don't know how long I've been in here. Okay, what else can I talk about? Oh, so I read a while ago that fasting can help your muscles feel more flexible. There's a guy in Costa Rica who invites people down to his facility. It's something like $3,000 for 3 weeks or something. And you just stay with him and drink water in his little compound that he has. And he has a bunch of videos. I'm not going to be able to think of his name. Maybe I can put it in the description for this video. But he has a bunch of good things on how fasting works and things that it cures. But one of the things he talks about is how it does something in your muscles. You're cleaning out plaque buildup in your muscles. I don't really know. I'm not going to pretend I know there. But you get more flexible. Lauren Lockman is his name. That's it. Lauren Lockman. He runs a fasting center in Costa Rica. He has tons of really good YouTube videos just talking about fasting. Specifically water-only fasting, though. There's my timer! Okay. Ugh. He does water-only fasting. I'm doing saltwater fasting because water only kicks out all your electrolytes, and that's why you can get really nasty headaches. Part of it is detoxification. If your body has stuff it needs to get rid of, that can be really uncomfortable. But part of it is just, when you don't have potassium in your body, you feel bad. So he doesn't advocate that. He advocates just plain water fasting with a pure water that he has there at his place. So flexibility, that's where I'm getting. I'm even more rambly than usual, and I'm usually a good rambler. So I was taking a ballet class this morning. 11 days fasted. You don't have to stop your physical activity. You just have to back off a little bit. I wasn't able to jump as much as usual, but my legs felt lighter and I was able to stretch. Like usually my hips are a little bit tight at the beginning of the class, or my back, and I could just stretch really well. It was really good. I felt really, really good in class. So that's definitely something good that's come out of this one. So yeah, that is my 20 minutes. I'm gonna get out and I have some planning to do, a little bit more dancing to do, and I'm gonna make a shorter video for today to kind of keep up that pattern of a little 2-minute check-in, but this will be the long video for day 11. So yeah, I'm really cold, so I'm gonna get out now. Hey, Miss Myra, what you thinking? think I'm crazy. I think you're cute, but now you're wet.